Hi, you can see I'm here in a colony of wild leeks, or as they're also known, ramps. Okay? They have a very pungent smell, especially when you're standing in the middle of them. I'll get a little bit closer to you so we can take a close-up look at the leek.
And you can see that for gardeners, it's reminiscent of lily of the valley. It's a very flat, wide blade with smooth edges. The stalk of the plant itself is reddish, purple-brown. Okay. This plant emerges in the early spring, the last of March, beginning of April. It's going to have a few weeks just to gather all the energy it can from the sun, since there's no leaf cover above. And by May, the leaves will have withered to the ground. By that point, it will shoot up a flower stalk, and in early June, it will actually bloom, but there will be no leaves around it. By that time, the leaf cover will have covered any possible sun that the plant would be getting. The location of where this plant blooms would be deciduous forests in northeastern North America, as far north as Canada, west to Minnesota and Missouri, and south to North Carolina and Tennessee. Here we have a section of wild leek that I've dug up, and you can see that it tends to wilt rather quickly. So when using these for cooking, you only need to dig up as much as you're going to use. The Cherokee Indians were said to have cut off the bottom root piece like this. Then they'd replace this into the ground so it will come up again in future years. This plant has been used extensively in leek festivals, specifically in areas like the southern Appalachian Mountains. And because of this, both the public and private lands, leeks that are dug up, wild populations have been decimated. So in the Smoky Mountains in 2002, they banned the digging up of any wild leeks. And it's encouraged to use these by gourmet chefs, but that has again decimated the populations. So what they're trying to do is trying to find other ways to propagate wild leeks, but in a more confined area so they won't go into the wild populations. An interesting bit of history on the wild leek. It was a plant that grows well in wet areas, and Chicago was the area where Chicago now is was known to have had a lot of wild leeks and other onions growing there. Chicago is a Menominee Indian word that means skunk place, hence the name Chicago, because there were a lot of leeks growing. And this has been Just a Bloomin' Moment.